Hi, welcome to our Trek Talk. We're going to be today visiting with Becky Durant, and Becky is going to share with us how to make beautiful floral arrangements. And for the month of February, Valentine's Day is here, so we know we want to be especially interested in these beautiful arrangements that she'll show us how to do. This will be our third in a series of Share, Learn, and Connect. So we're ready to start with Becky and Lucy. So let's head on inside the greenhouse.
All right, let's go.
Becky, thanks so much for having us in your beautiful greenhouse. We're so excited to be here. You know, Becky was first brought to my attention with her gifts and her talents of flower arranging when Bill and I celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary, and Becky did the most beautiful arrangements for all the tables at our party. So I know firsthand just what beautiful work she does. So Becky, thank you again, and we're excited to make an arrangement.
So I'm not a professional florist. I just love to do flowers. It brings me so much joy, and I love to gift it to people. So that is why I do it. And I learned from a friend who taught me some skills, and then a lot of YouTube videos. So that it's easy. Anybody can do it.
Well, it has to be if you're going to have me over here to your left making my own.
So the first thing we're going to do is make a taped grid across our vessel. Really, the grid is there just to stabilize your flowers. So that'll be the first part, and there's no special way that it has to be done. You can do as many grids or as few grids as you want. And then our next step is going to be adding water. You always want to do the tape when it's dry.
You
can always add more later.
Okay.
All right. So the next step is going to be our greenery. And Lucy, you can use your greens over there too. So this is where it's going to get messy. So you can take your greenery. This is going to be the shape of your arrangement. So however you want to stick it in there, in whatever part of your grid, we're going to do it all the way around.
Okay.
And you can cut these down if you don't want it big and tall. And some of these are shorter. You need help, Lucy?
I got it.
Look at that.
So
You're
Becky,
a professional already.
what was the first arrangement that you did? Do you remember who you fixed something for? Or?
I don't remember. I had a friend who used to always help me. And when we moved out here to the country, I had to start doing it on my own. Got it, Lucy? That looks good.
So where do you find you are able to get these your beautiful flowers that you use? Is there any special spot where you go?
These are from Washington Floral. But eucalyptus actually grows here in the Northwest, which seems strange. So sometimes I get it from my friend's yard.
Oh. So how's this?
Beautiful.
Need a lot of encouragement here.
Look at that. This is where you get to be creative.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next step here, we'll add some of this white fluffy stuff. Lucy, you have some of that over there too.
That baby's breath?
It's not.
What
I
is
don't
that?
actually like baby's breath. Lemonium? I
Lemonium?
think, maybe. I could be wrong. It's the white fluffy stuff.
Okay.
So take however much white fluffy stuff you want. And this is just going to be the next layer, the next texture.
Okay.
This greenhouse was actually our COVID project.
I was going to say, and the builder of the greenhouse.
My husband.
Oh. What's the next project?
The deck.
A deck.
Oh, a deck. That would be nice. And for those that don't know, Becky's family have some little critters back in the fenced-in area. Goats and chickens and all kinds of beautiful animals.
See how easy this is?
I love it. Well, when I have someone holding my hand to go through this, I have a lot more confidence. I love this.
Don't think that you can do it wrong.
Yeah, how
it's
do
creative.
you, it's sort of like, how do you mess up these beautiful flowers, you know?
Lucy, that looks good. Good job.
Oh, Lucy, yeah, and you have the unicorn container. How cute. Is that going to go in your room, in your bedroom?
Maybe.
Maybe, all right.
Okay, so our next one that we'll do is called wax flower.
Mhm.
And I actually think it stinks, but it's very pretty.
Okay, wax flower.
You smell it? It smells
Smells a little different, doesn't it?
woodsy.
Woodsy, right. It's a good description.
And this just can go in there the same way.
Okay. I always have a little bit of trouble selecting the plants. So how do you gauge that? What do you use as a helpful reminder of putting the plants together?
I like different textures.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see that the eucalyptus has those leaves, the really small flowers of the white fluffy stuff. The wax flower has a different texture, and when it's done, it all just works together.
Yeah. So you start your arrangement with the filler, or
With the greenery and the filler kind of stuff. And we can always go back and add more.
add more. Mm-hmm. Lucy, do you do this with your mom often?
Sometimes.
She's a very good helper. Lucy, what's your job usually?
Opening the doors.
Opening the doors. Okay, other than that, when I do flowers, what's your job? What do you do with the roses?
Blow them.
Yes. So this one is called the Alstroemeria.
Mm-hmm.
And it is kind of a filler flower too, but it's a prettier filler flower. So,
Beautiful color, except the color in.
so that one's just tucked down in there. It's going to give kind of pops of color.
Okay.
Looks good.
Okay.
And then just sort of evenly put that around. Do you need some of this one, Lucy, or are you good?
Good.
What did you say the name of this flower is?
I pronounce it Alstroemeria.
Mm-hmm.
I could be completely wrong.
I'll be here too.
Plenty there.
I love this color. It's very pretty.
After a while, it gets hard to see your grid in the bottom.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Okay. We can do Veronica next.
Hmm?
So this is Veronica. And this is going to give it kind of a movement. So tulips I like to use. They do the same sort of thing where they drape.
Mm-hmm.
So these
Yeah, this is very.
these can stick up a little bit more.
Huh?
And I just let them lean the way that God intended them to lean. They can go all different directions.
Wow, I love these. Like I said, these remind me of what I had in my yard when we lived in our house. We moved into a condo, but we had these that looked like a gooseneck, and they were very prolific in spreading throughout the yard.
Now I want to grow those. Good job. Let's add this one next, and I cannot remember the name of this one. It reminds me of a ranunculus.
Yeah.
The way that the leaves are, I don't actually know what it is, but this is another like flowy.
Yeah, it gives a nice
And you can
movement,
either-
like you said.
You can either put it in as all one piece, or you can take it out. I might pull these. Sometimes these get stuck.
So we're really using, what, 5 or 6 different little guys in here.
We're
Different
using all
kinds.
kinds of stuff, which it doesn't need to be that complicated. I just couldn't choose when I was picking flowers.
They're just gorgeous. It's surprising to me just how many flowers you can put into a container.
Yes. And I know I'm done with my arrangement when I can't stick another stem in there. Oh, see, Lucy's blowing on her rose over there.
And what does that do, Lucy?
It widens the rose.
Oh.
So the next one is spray roses. And these I think were called antique pink, which seemed like it went with our theme. So I already prepped these, but I was going to show you how to prep these. When it comes, it looks like that.
Oh, wow.
So I just pull all of the extra stuff off of it, snip all of these extra little sides off.
What's the name of that rose again?
It's a spray rose is the name of the little tiny roses.
Beautiful.
It's the type of rose.
It's a little blush color and outline on the edges of the petals.
And then these we will just stick in there wherever. And if you don't like the way that some of them come off, you can trim those. How you doing, girl? You have some other flowers over there. You're done already?
See you later.
Bye, Lucy.
Yeah, Becky, you can't leave.
Leave you here all by yourself?
Yeah,
I think you're
please.
qualified now. And you just want them to be kind of coming out at different angles.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can always go back and add in final little touch-ups.
Use a lot more than I think.
Yes! That's why there's no such thing as a budget when it comes to flowers.
Wow, very pretty.
That looks good.
Thank you.
All right, we're moving on. So the next one is our thriller flower.
All
So
right.
same with the other roses. I prepped most of them, but I left one for us to do together.
Okay.
So with roses, obviously you want to get rid of all this stuff along the bottom. But roses have a guard petal on the outside.
Yes,
See how
I
that
see
is
that.
brown and
Yeah.
ugly? We don't want to look at that. So you
Alright.
can actually just take your fingers and snip that off.
Okay.
And take any of these little green things.
Underneath these little guys?
Yep. And any ugly petals that you want to get rid of can all come off. And then what Lucy was doing was blowing the metal,
Ooh,
and that helps open it up.
it does. Okay. I've always heard you could put them in warm water, but I don't know.
yeah,
Is
I
that
don't
not
know.
a good thing?
I've never done that.
Oh, well.
I think they're hardier than they seem like they would be. You can also take your fingers and just kind of open them a little bit, because they're so pretty when they're all the way open. See, you're a professional.
So, Becky, what are you going to do with your arrangement?
I am gifting it to a friend who's having surgery on Friday. So she'll be able to enjoy that while she's recovering.
Wow, that's sweet.
Put those anywhere around. Yeah, and even some of these that I already prepped just have some petals that aren't the best. So the other way we could have done this is using that green florist foam that you soak in water, and then that holds your flowers in.
Oh, yes, I've used that before.
That works.
But I like this. This is easy, and you will most likely be able to find the tape at home, or
Yes.
some tape that you could use as opposed to
Yes.
having to run out and buy the other.
This last touch will be these berries.
Ooh, I like
So
that.
this is called Hypericum, and it
pretty.
actually is St. John's wort.
Oh my goodness, St.
Yeah,
John's
the
wort.
medicinal St. John's wort. I grow it.
That grows wild all over the place, right?
It does. I grow it in my yard. I did
Okay.
not grow this, but it comes in every color.
I like this, especially for the holidays. I love this.
Oh
pretty cup.
yeah,
Isn't it
when it's a
beautiful?
red.
Mm-hmm. Short.
And I found this at Washington Floral yesterday, but I actually think they've painted it.
It does look a little bit like it's been painted.
Yes, it was the color I wanted.
That looks lovely. I just love these choices. They're such a pretty arrangement.
These I think actually smell pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They have a sweet fragrance. And then when you get towards the end, if you see places that seem like they need a different color or a different texture, I'm gonna go back in and stick something else in there. That looks great. You're a professional.
Great teacher.
All right.
Well, Becky, this was fun, and let's see our little unicorn over there too that Lucy made.
There's Lucy's
There's
unicorn.
Lucy's. She's finished and off she ran. And here is, if I can do it, you can do it.
Yes.
So thank you, thank you, thank
One
you.
little friend who popped out right there.
Okay,
Stick it in the water.
that's beautiful, Becky. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you for
We're
doing
all
this.
set for our Valentine's decor
Yes.
with flowers for a family or flowers for loved ones, and it's been fun. And thank you again for letting us come to your greenhouse, be here at your home. It's been lots of fun for us.
My pleasure.